Hey everyone, Ash Wilking here, Nike trainer and Rumble instructor, and today I bring you a 10-minute workout that almost everyone loves, core work. 10 moves, 10 minutes, 10 reps each. I'm gonna show you body weight, but if you want a little extra challenge, make sure you add a med ball. You ready to get started? Let's move. All right, we're gonna get started laying on our backs. First move is a dead bug. Laying down on your back, we're gonna bring those knees up to tabletop. I like to make fist with my hands to engage my arms, head down, ribs down, alternating opposite hand and arm extension. Ready? Let's go. Extend, opposite hand and arm, holding for just that split second and bringing those legs and arms back in. Notice when I do this, I'm keeping the other knee directly over my hip, but not allowing it to come any closer to my chest. Find that breath, starting to pull your belly in and down. This is a great activation for that core without putting any extra additional tension on the shoulders or on the neck. How are we doing? So again, opposite hand and arm reach, keeping those feet flexed. So we're engaging, ribs are pulling down. Nice. All right, we're gonna take this into a reverse crunch. Staying in the same position, hands are gonna come down right beside you or underneath those hips. Ready? And hands down. So knees stay in. We're gonna extend those legs out, squeezing our ankles in, and then lift those hips off the floor. Out and lift, up and in. Good. So you wanna keep your fingertips pushing into the ground to help you leverage that lift in those lower abs. Whew, yep, starting to feel these already, not gonna lie. Remember, 10 reps. Pulling that rib down, just like we did last time with those dead bugs, right? You're pulling your ribs down, keeping that lower back glued. How are we feeling? Good, all right. We're gonna take this up into a little side plank. We're gonna focus on left and right for just a little bit. Good, finish out those 10 reps. As soon as you're done, we're gonna come up into a left elbow side plank. Really important, I want you to focus on the left elbow. So left elbow comes down, we're gonna lift up into that side plank. Ready? Feet stacked and lift. Reach up nice and tall. Great, let's add a challenge. Take that right hand underneath, adding a little twist. Now, if you ever need to modify in a side plank, the first step is to take a step. One foot goes in front of the other. Again, you're still working through. Now, if you ever need to come down, any shoulder issues, you can always drop that bottom knee down. Keeping that hip lifted, you are still working through that core. 10 rotations in a side plank. Whoo, yep, trying to keep that hip lifted nice and high. Don't drop that left hip down. Scoop it up to that ceiling. Feeling this yet? Great, we're gonna take this into a half kneeling position. So once you finish out those 10 reps, we take it up. Great, left knee comes forward, right knee is down. So we're gonna use body weight, making those fists. I want you to reach up and across your body, bring it to your chest, reach down. Now what I want you to focus on here is adding a twist, but not letting your hips move. Again, if you're adding any weight, you can hold that medicine ball, but remember, our body creates tension. So if you can create that fist nice and strong, right? You're adding standing core work. Really, really important when you start adding weight and reaching overhead with that weight. Whew. All right, 10 reps. Guess where we're going next? Right side plank, and then that right knee is gonna come up for that side half kneeling twist. All right, finish out those 10 reps. And then take it down. Right elbow comes down, hit that side plank, hold that arm up, find your tension. When you're ready, start to add that twist, up and under. Good, keep those fingertips pressing down into the ground. Reminder, modification, if you need it, step one foot in front of the other or drop that bottom knee down. But whatever position you are in, you are keeping that bottom hip lifted, hollowing up and out through those abs. Whoo! All right, how we doing? Remember, 10 reps on each. As much as you want to go nice and quick through these movements, the slower you go, the more tension you create, the harder it's going to be, and that means that the stronger you're going to come out of it. All right, final bit. Once you get done with those 10 rotations, we're going to take that other half kneel. Same elbow and knee. That's kind of what you want to think about. Ready? Great. Right knee comes up, left foot is back. Keep that toe tucked to fire up that glute. Make those fists by your face, dukes up. Reach those hands up and across. Good, reach high. Try not to let your hips move. Your feet are nice and narrow here, so you're finding a little stability in this half kneeling position. Even engaging through that left glute, you fire up through those abs. Punch, good. Punch, punch. Whew. All right, last little bit on this one. We are well over halfway through these abs. Remember, 10 reps in total. Once we get done with these, we're gonna take it down, back onto our back. We're gonna go for a single leg toe touch, but with straight legs. Finish out those 10 reps and take it down. Onto your tailbones. Legs are gonna go out nice and straight. Hands are gonna go overhead, and we're gonna reach up, touch that toe. Trying to lift your upper body off the ground, and then reach overhead, back up. So this is similar to a jackknife position, but we're gonna take it one leg at a time, down and lift. Good. Now, as you do this movement, make sure you do 10 on each leg. Yep. Right? So you're taking it a little bit deeper, a little bit faster by adding 10 per side. Whew. All right, final bit. You guys crushing this? Great. Now we're gonna stay seated. We're gonna take this into a balancing position, modification. We're gonna keep those heels down on the ground. All right, ready. Finish out those 10 on each leg. We're gonna come to a seated position. We're gonna make an X with an oblique twist. So leaning back on those tailbones, right? Take your hands to your chest, just like we did before. You're gonna reach down, up, down, up, making an X with that oblique twist. So a movement you might be familiar with, but we're gonna add something a little different by reaching in that twist. A little extra challenge. Take those feet off the floor. Find that balancing position. Nice, keeping that core nice and tight, using that breath to create a little bit of tension. Starting to feel these? I know I am. All right, last little bit of this core work. Remember, those abs burn out fast. Doesn't take much to get them moving. Whew. All right, we got 2 moves coming up. We're gonna take it down into an elbow plank, then we're gonna finish on our backs. All right, great. Finish out those oblique twists, and then we're gonna take it onto those elbows, down, right? Looking down at the floor, squeezing those ankles together. I like to press my hands into the ground. They're about a yoga block length apart, and then we're gonna lean into those toes, rock forward and back. Finding a little plank saw here, pressing off your toes, lifting up. Just like we did in that side plank, I want you to lift. Think about that hollow position in that belly, forward and back. Taking this nice and slow. Whew, reset when you need to. All right, almost there. 10 reps in total. Good. As soon as you're done with those plank saws, we're gonna take it back onto our back. Last one. One of my favorites. We're gonna take this into a hollow body and then pull it in for a cannonball. Yeah, let's do it. All right, so I like to start in that cannonball position. Knees in, elbows in tight. We're gonna reach out, shoot those hands out, hollow body, and then pop those knees in for that cannon crunch. Reach it out, hold for that split second, and then find that crunch in. As always, keeping your lower back down, keeping your ribs down. Remember with this movement, it's not about how low you go, but instead about how deep you engage through that core. So as long as your lower back stays on the ground, you are working those abs. Last move, come on, burn it out. Here we go. Whew. And done. Nice work. I'm definitely going to be feeling those abs tomorrow. Remember, this is a great circuit to add on to a run or a weightlifting workout. I'll see you guys next week, and in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to Well+Good.